What's going on, everybody? My name is Nathan Bowden, and I'm your host for this evening. And I want to thank you all for joining me on the Nathan Bowden Show, aka today is Country Fried Rasslin. And first and foremost, I want you guys to welcome in from his many adventures. He is America's most wanted.
Boom! What's up, family?
What's going on?
How's everything? How's everything?
Everything is good, sir.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I like that. Let me see it again.
What, the
Hold
Randy
up
Orton?
again. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. I haven't, this is the first, I think this is the first Randy Orton figure I've ever had.
Really?
Yep. So,
Word. Good one to start your collection off with then.
yeah. My wife loves Randy Orton.
Mine
Her-
hates Randy Orton.
She's like, she only likes Randy Orton because Batista's not there anymore.
Oh, okay, word.
So, how's it going, sir?
Man, I'm off.
Yeah.
Man, Tuesday's my one day a week job. I mean that one job about the weekday thing, the one day I don't
Yeah.
work two jobs. But it's mostly the hardest day out the week too.
Oh,
Cause you try to get out there on time and stuff. You got to make sure everybody else's paperwork is right and you get right.
yeah.
Yeah. And I've been out doing some skits all weekend too, man. So
Oh, well,
except in the ice. So we got some stuff coming up soon.
I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
Buddy. Thank you.
But
How was
I'm
your
just
weekend? Was yours icy? No, yours wasn't icy.
dude, I don't know if you seen the video.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my weekend right there.
Word.
Insane. Like, and then just today, I picked up the new Spider-Man figure.
Sweet.
I wasn't even going to pick that up, but I saw like 4 of them at Target, and I was like, I looked at it close, and I'm like, that is nice.
Well, I can't wait until you get that Batman Lego joint and just be on live for about 6 to 8 hours. I want to watch.
What Batman?
The Batman Lego joint. You said you're gonna get to get a couple of extra ones in the store. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you and your patients go to work.
Well, I still got a Voltron to put together. I still got the Infinity Gauntlet to put together. So
wow.
But this is what I really went out to the stores looking for.
And you found it.
Yep. And it was actually the first stop too. I was like, wow.
Wow, that's what's up. Let me see the head sculpt. Oh yeah, man. That's something to have.
It's not bad.
Not at all.
It's not bad.
It's like somebody outside screaming.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good.
No, you hear that dog? You heard that, didn't you? Don't come jump in my lap. But somebody outside screaming. I ain't going to see. No. It is totally not my business.
Yeah.
What's up, Greedo the Speedo?
I'm not at work, so
yeah.
It's not something I need to worry about.
I'm not my business at home.
Yep. I'm still looking for a Roman. Still looking at getting a Roman Reigns somewhere. But I don't know how.
Which one you want?
I don't know yet. I don't know which one I like.
Well, since I got a package back at my house again, don't ask me how.
It came back to you?
Yeah, it came back again. So I'll just open it up and drop you one in there with a shirt on.
Okay.
I don't understand. I'm gonna let my girl do it. My girl's like, if you let me mail it out, it'll get mail right. Well, once you mail it, then don't be talking about it. Be about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me mail it off. Be mail right. Well, you mail it off then. You do it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
so
tell my
yeah,
wife. I tell her, hey, if you don't like the way I do it, then you do it.
you do it. So I got you, man. Well, I got you because I got some custom stuff here. I want you to have.
Cause I just got this, the right hand man.
Cool. Well, since you got that one, I got a couple more. I just done another one. Here we go. Blow me up.
Give me a
I
second.
just done this one. I done two of these already.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I'll drop you one of these in the box.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, I will. Because if you haven't bought one yet, if you plan on opening it up, then hey, there you go.
Well, I appreciate it, sir. I appreciate it.
There you go.
But have, have you seen Raw? Did you see Raw yesterday?
I thought I was gonna be excited about it, but mm,
Yeah, I don't know. It
mm.
was yeah,
Oh
pretty
yeah.
much. It was
Happy birthday,
mad.
Dr. King. Happy birthday, Dr. King. Happy birthday, Dr. King.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dr. King.
Technically,
Yeah.
birthday's on Saturday. It was on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Is this coming? Okay. Happy birthday, King.
but yeah, we got Greedo in a speedo.
He is
We got
neat.
Nito, and we got. Hold on a second.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
We got Rolando Flores.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I love it. What's up, Rolando?
What's going on? We got Mr. J himself, John Joker.
Joker, my wise man.
Tasman's running a little late. That's cool. That's cool. We keeping it down.
That's
We holding it
cool.
down for you.
We got you, Taz, man. We got you, bro.
We got you.
He said he got to do what?
Hey, that's hey.
Hey, that's hey, you gotta go, you gotta go. You know?
Yeah. Just say you're pulling the Greedo. That's
Yeah, Greedo on New Year's.
Yep.
What's up, Double J?
Mr. J.
My man.
But
Fabulous
figure
disaster.
oh yeah, Fabulous is in the house.
Ready to tear something up.
Well, I hope he didn't go to Walmart to take a crap. That's probably one of the worst places to go.
Hey, let me drop a spoiler for everybody then.
Uh-oh.
Okay, on my stand up, I write my jokes and stuff, and I'm gonna tell y'all something I'm gonna do on my stand up so attract even more people. You
Okay.
know how you go toy hunting on Black Friday?
Yeah.
Then you see a fight and it be two women there beating each other
Uh-huh.
with wrapping paper that says peace on earth. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God. That was a joke.
Peace
How?
on peace on earth, motherfucker.
Just wear each other out. And then you get the paper after it's all over, it's all beat up and wrinkled and it says peace on earth. What kind of shit?
Goodwill to goodwill to man. Yeah, I bet you had goodwill towards my man.
That's right. Oh man, fighting over a mop.
This
That's
Bronson
cool.
Reed, dude.
That's cool right there.
I love big men. Like
Yeah, me too.
I love like Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow,
Yeah,
Viscera.
yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
had to have this. And this jacket is soft goods. Oh, I wish they had a Bam Bam that was in his regular colors like this.
Yeah.
I would make
Yeah.
these. I would make these two a tag team.
Now I got a pickup right here that came the other day. I just threw this belt on him because that's the belt that goes with this
Oh,
tire.
yeah. I'm waiting for. I'm trying not to buy stuff through Ringside anymore because I wanna. I need to, to help with the content on my channel
Yeah.
to go toy hunting. So
Yeah.
but I do have some figures coming in. My last set of figures I got coming in from Ringside. Uh, I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna say what they are, but the figures I have is a regular and the chase version, and
Okay.
they just came in stock on Ringside. But before I say any more, let me welcome in the most the, one of the craziest men I know, and a good friend of the channel, and a brother that knows no other. Tasman Taylor.
What's
Uh-oh.
up, you dirty bitches?
What's up,
What's going
fool?
on? Ah.
They actually did make a Bam Bam Bigelow in those colors.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that I'm
Years
sure
ago,
they
right?
did, but
Yeah.
I had it and I sold it for $80 during the pandemic.
yeah,
Dude, I sold so much shit when the pandemic first started, but it got me out of credit card debt, so I was happy.
well,
Word.
now it's going to be harder to sell stuff, right?
Yeah,
Because they're
I'm done with it.
because they're
I'll tell you
talking.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get together a bunch of shit I'm gonna sell and have an online auction on my channel. They can't tax that shit. Fuck the
That's
man,
right.
son.
We
We're gonna
like
do
X-Men.
Well, they could if you use PayPal, Cash App, any Zelle, Venmo, they can because those companies are going to they're the ones that are going to be taxing you if
those
you make
motherfuckers.
over $600 a year.
What's
Over
up,
six
Ewok?
hundred dollars a year, dude. I was making that in like 2 or 3 days when I was. I made
That's
9 grand during the pandemic, bro.
that's what I'm
Ooh.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, people that do their autographs at like conventions and stuff start using like PayPal and stuff. They're going to like if you sell stuff. I don't know if it's fully in effect, but there's serious talk about like making that an actual thing, unless it's already gone into effect.
That's some
So,
bullshit. But for the
Yeah, it
record, I
is.
am selling my autograph on Walmart toilet paper rolls. Uh,
uh-oh,
so if
get it
anybody
now.
wants,
Get
if
it now
anybody wants
before
to
the
know,
toilet paper.
yes, I write it on the toilet paper. To so and so from Tasman with love. I usually do it while I'm in the shitter. So if
Uh,
anybody wants one, that's my official Tasman merchandise.
gets
So
a
Okay.
gets a little extra when you're actually doing it in the bathroom.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get that flavor. You get that flavor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
The
got
good
I
flavor.
got a mission for you, man. You get you that a little box that can open up, see the toilet tissue in there, and it's
Yeah.
got Master P. Make him say, "Oh," you know what I mean? To just play. You know what I'm
I'll tell you
saying?
what happened to me the other day. I was in a gas station, a local gas station here, and man, I ran in there. I had to go, buddy. I have
Oh,
issues, and I
oh.
and I ran in there. Can you guys hear me? They
Yeah,
sound
we can
me
hear
good.
you. No, I
Okay,
can hear you.
and like I'm doing my business, and I look over, and like they got this big fancy fucking toilet paper holder. Somebody locked the son of a bitch. I fought with it for 45 minutes. I just did the chicken walk with my pants down around my ankles and went to the one beside of me, and luckily it was open. It was going to be trouble if I hadn't have found some toilet paper. I'd have Googled their phone number and said, somebody bring some toilet paper up in this motherfucker. I got to get mine. Is that Randy Orton you got right there?
That is right.
That is a solid figure.
I
It
saw,
is.
and because of you, Tasman, I'm still thinking about getting the new FTR, the crappy face FTRs, just to make that the team.
You
Yeah.
got to get FTR, man. Best tag team
But
in the business.
Yeah, but I hate the face sculpts on them.
The
It
Me
face
like
too.
sculpts are shitty, but that's
And the
all we got,
jackets.
man. I mean,
yeah,
think
but
about
you
when you were a young man at some of the face sculpts we got and we had to deal with.
yeah. Look, some of the face sculpts now. I mean, even with Mattel's, you seen that Ember Moon basic?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man.
pretty weak, bro.
Oh, I was
I
like,
wish I had more thumbs. I wish I had more thumbs. I give him 4 thumbs down.
yeah. But I saw, but no, but here's the thing though. I saw between because I went today. I went to a crap ton of places, Target and Walmart. I went to a crap ton, and I found the triple. I found this Triple H. So
That's marvelous.
It's all about
I-
the game.
I'm getting close to my DX.
I want
But
that Ultimate Warrior you got behind you.
the what?
Yeah.
That Ultimate Warrior, the one that from the night before he died.
Where you?
It's right behind you. Turn the other way.
Oh, this box.
Oh, I thought that was the figure. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, this was the like at Target they have those side caps and whatnot. So I just took the figures
I
off,
thought that
put it on the
I
shelf.
thought that was the actual figure beside
No,
it.
no. This is
Do you have
was
that
a-
Elite, that Warrior?
no. I'm not a big fan of the Ultimate Warrior.
I'm not, but that figure was from the promo from the night before he died.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Oh, I know.
Have you
I
ever?
got that one. I got
Have
the
you
one
ever,
that I made suits out of too.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that promo?
Not since the night it happened.
That's one promo. If there's any way to play a promo on here, that fucking thing was creepy, dude. He pretty much told people he was about to die.
Hey
Yeah.
man, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Well, a alleged conspiracy theorist. So I understand. Hey,
Yeah.
it's so much we can talk about on that night for that night, man. That I probably get us canceled. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
ain't against. I don't know what to believe in, but if you watch that and just a lot of that content and all that stuff, man, is really weird.
Well,
Yeah.
I think if you're really sick, sometimes, like in your heart that you ain't got much
Yeah.
longer. Like I don't think he
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
knew that he was. But like if you watch that promo, man, like I was literally afraid he was gonna. I would remember thinking that night, man, he don't look good. He got
No.
really winded. He started sweating. He, when he grabbed the ropes,
Hmm.
those steroids fuck a brother up, man. I mean, they, and I hated it. The one thing I'll say, the good thing about that came out of it is he made his peace with everybody, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's one thing when you go, hopefully, no matter who you are, you can find a way to let people know, hey, I've always said I don't want a preacher speaking at my funeral. Hopefully, I
A
have
DJ.
hopefully I have a disease where I got time. I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna be like, yo, to all you fuckers, if you was mad at me, I'm sorry. And if you thought I was mad at you, I wasn't. Except that fucking guy right there in the third row, and I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't want some
Yeah.
preacher who didn't know a damn thing about me talking at my funeral. What's he gonna say? Here lies Tasman. He was a prick. He'll probably go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to tell people what I think, and that way, they can cry or they can be happy, whatever makes them happy. And I want a salad bar at my funeral.
Hey.
A salad bar.
How many times have you been? Honestly, a hot bar. How many times have you been sitting at a funeral and think, God damn, I could go for something to eat.
Hey, look, that's like the old '80s Wendy's. What you call it? The buffet Wendy's used to have back in the '80s. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like a burger buffet.
Yeah.
Who in the chat has ever been at a funeral and got a serious case of the munchies? I want people to have a good time at my funeral. I wouldn't even mind having an open bar.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it wasn't during the funeral, but like my great grandmother passed away a long time ago. But I think I was probably about 14, and we went to North Carolina for the funeral because like most of my dad's side of the family is in North Carolina,
Right.
and they we went to the funeral, and right after the service part,
The turn up was real.
they had food right at the church.
Right.
Like, so they had collard greens, hog moss, fried chicken, cornbread. Like
Give him
they weren't messing around. Like they had legit food, bro. Like it was not. I was
Hell
and
yeah.
me and my cousin, we had 2 or 3 plates. Like and we had 2 or 3 plates of breakfast earlier that morning for my grandmother. Like boom, it was like, dude,
When
yeah.
Tasman dies, I want a buffet, I want an open bar, and I want people to hand out rubbers at the door and say, "Have at it, fuckers. This is my last go."
Because we like X-Men.
Yeah, I used to joke around. I used to, which this is really sick when you think about it, but I used to tell people that I wanted, during my funeral, I wanted the top part of my casket to be closed and the bottom part of my casket to be open, and all I wanted to be wearing was black dress socks, and black dress shoes. And I wanted to fill my dick up with helium so it would sway in the air. And I said I wanted to interview everybody coming out of the and the motherfuckers with squeaky voices was the ones who loved me. You know what I'm saying? If they kind of, I love that Tasman. You know they love.
oh, I quit.
Tell me that wouldn't be a great funeral.
That would be super duper. But it'd be a sad situation. But dang, Taz, you really got this thing planned out, man. Okay,
I've been playing with my dad for 30 years now.
I'm down with the plan. I'll try my best to come through. I know you come through for me, so I'll try my best to make sure that happens. Better yet, let me do a little eulogy. I'll do your eulogy.
If you die first, I'll make sure you have a rocking funeral, and if I die first, you got to make sure I have a rocking funeral.
Okay,
we're gonna do that.
Okay,
I'm down.
Damn right.
We got Brandon, aka Apprentice Walk-In. We got
Let's go, Brandon.
MCW Multiverse Championship Wrestling, and we got G Unit, Mr. G-Force in the house.
Rolando said, "Does the helium make it?" Look what Rolando said. Does the helium make it bigger? Asking for a friend. I imagine it was stretching things out, Rolando. See, other people think it's a good idea. I'm a trendsetter. I'm an innovator.
Indeed. G-Force raise up. Hey, look,
we're gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Strofanakio now.
You know how helium, kind of floats. I think it just be funny to watch it float. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Dave? What's up? What's going on?
What's up, Dave? Hey, let me share this real quick, man. People hit me. Let me share it real quick. Excuse me. Let me share this real quick. Let me share it.
Are you supposed?
People's calling me and stuff, you know. So I'll be right back.
All right.
They should be watching us instead of hitting me up.
So did anybody watch Raw last night? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was watching the football game.
Pieces of it. I caught pieces of it afterwards, and
let me ask you a question. If Seth Rollins wasn't married to Becky Lynch and they didn't have a kid, would you not wonder if he wasn't gay?
Well, can we say that word?
Yeah, I don't think gay is an offensive word yet, is it? I mean, it probably will be in the next week or two. I mean,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought. I don't think so.
I mean, dude, he dances around in a fucking leisure suit. He's either gay or living in the 70s one.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got as much style as Steve Harvey does. Steve Harvey wears orange suits. Come on. He's got lime green.
Well, now, who won with him and Lashley? I know they were supposed to fight. Who won?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. I watched a bunch of stuff on YouTube and I didn't care. Like,
can somebody in the chat tell us if Lashley or Seth won? Because I don't know. Americas, did you watch it? He's busy. G4 says, I believe gay is the preferred term. If I was gay, I'd rather go by gay. I mean, honestly, like there's certain words like, okay, like, women prefer vagina over pussy. But who thinks vagina sounds a lot worse, man? I mean, I think that sounds like just like something that's going to eat your face off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Vagina is a bad, nasty sounding word.
It is.
Like, oh. I mean, how many times have you been in an intimate relationship and you're like, oh yeah, I want to see your vagina?
Oh,
you know
let me I'm gonna tear his vagina up. Yeah, I know.
For one thing, it's 3 syllables, so that takes a little longer to say. It's just like, oh yeah, let me see that vagina. It just, for a doctor to say it, it's one thing, but in a living situation, I don't think vagina is the way to go. Same thing with gay and homosexual.
I feel you. See, back in my day, old men say cootie cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, so
up in the hollers, we call it a flitter. We'll say, you got a flitter.
Then we got people down south call it beaver. You know what I mean?
I heard it called beaver.
Yeah.
I heard it called Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
I've heard it called open face roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
Bearded taco.
Where the hell did this show go?
Down south. My bad. We'll bring it back.
So let's listen. You asked the question. American, did you watch Raw?
Yeah. At the end, the Hurt Business come out and jumped on Lashley, and then the Usos come out the woodwork and jumped on Rollins. But if you notice, if you look at the house show highlights and stuff, it's been Big E and Seth Rollins and another babyface been fighting those three, for the past 2 weeks.
G4 said hatchet wound doesn't get the response you would hope. Nope, it's not do that hatchet wound.
Another down south hit.
Rolando said, not so fast, I'm trying to write these down.
They call it Fat Rabbit.
I think we should do it. I think we should do a giveaway.
Wow, what?
I'll come up with something.
Wait a minute.
Who can come up with the funniest name for a vagina? That should be a giveaway next
Wait a minute. Is this your daughter? Is this your daughter, Taz? Madison Taylor?
My daughter. Where's she at?
Madison Taylor?
Niece.
Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah. Yeah, that is. That's
little
Taz.
Princess Tasman. Princess Tasman.
The hell?
She's got a little Tasman over her hand, so I guess they're giving me shit.
Oh man, that's got to be love in them, man. That room right now is very entertaining because they got to be crazy like their daddy and uncle. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god!
Well,
part 2.
I'm stepdaddy to little Tasman or former stepdaddy, but like me and Greedo were having this conversation because he called me and I was on the phone with my daughter and I was just being Taz. And he said, damn, bro, you say that same shit around your daughter. I was like, dude, she's going to hear it somewhere. Might as well hear it from a professional.
Really?
I saw that. I said, what? Who? What? Where? I'm like, oh, okay. Rebels.
Yeah, man. My mom used to cuss me out.
Getting cocky. Look at that shit. Look at this shit right here, Madison Taylor. I'm the greatest daughter ever. Well, that's the damn case. Get a good job and pay some of my damn bills. That'd be the greatest daughter ever.
Wow.
Yo.
She's a kid, and she actually got a full ride to college. So she's saving me a lot of money.
Nice.
Good deal. Congratulations, little shorty.
Yeah, I don't know where she got the brains from. I tell everybody her mom must have really made a smart mailman or something.
But
So they
You
said
said
that Lashley got disqualified.
Yeah,
Said
because
yeah,
the Hurt
because the
Business
hurt
come out. The Hurt Business come out and jumped on him.
and put the hurting on them.
Why are they after
Nah,
Lashley? I
cause
thought they wanted to be buddies with him a few weeks ago.
no, you know how that goes.
Well,
And the
last week,
Usos come out and kicked up Seth Rollins.
because I know the last Monday, the Hurt Business jumped on Lashley after
Oh,
he was talking to
I'm
after
still
he
here,
was
y'all.
we see you after he was after he challenged Brock Lesnar, like he was talking to Brock. And Brock just like, oh, I don't know, whoever you are, and walked out of the ring. Then the Hurt Business came out
Yeah.
and jumped him. So I think they're just bitter, I guess. I don't know. Either that or they're building towards MVP turning on him. Maybe I don't know.
All right, let me ask you this: what do you think about Cody Rhodes not having an AEW contract? Do you think it's legit, or do you think it's a word?
I think it's partially legit. That like he doesn't have a contract right now, but I think he's about to get back. He's going to have a contract again by what? At least probably by the end of the month.
Now, if you're Vince McMahon and you've done business with Cody Rhodes, how much money do you throw out there to put him? Say, hey Cody, I'll give you $1 million to show up at the Rumble.
I mean, maybe that's where they're going. Maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe AEW and Cody decided, hey, I'll be a free agent for a couple weeks. Go to the Rumble and then resign.
Flip side, if you're Tony Khan, would you want your secondary champion to go? Because you know they ain't putting him over in the Rumble. Would you want your second champion to go and get his ass whooped at the Rumble?
I don't think that. I don't think they care. Because
we got Mickey James from Impact.
Yeah,
I think this cross promotional activity could bring a lot to the table. I think that could actually cause, I don't know if we could get back to the popularity of the 80s or the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
but I definitely think it could make it a hell of a lot more exciting.
Oh yeah. Like I could see because there's reports that they're saying that they're not gonna have anybody from AEW, be in the Rumble, but technically Cody Rhodes is not part of AEW right now. So
Hey, look, if you notice, they've been showing Moxley in little clips.
Where?
Oh, you didn't see Friday night, or you didn't see how they were showing the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns story and stuff, and Moxley was in some clips. So WWE totally didn't erase him. They totally didn't erase him. So I'm looking for a big surprise in that Royal Rumble, man. I'm gonna be surprised. I'm gonna have an erection, man. So knock my whole window out. Killing you.
I caught that. I was like, what the? Did he just say what I thought he said? He said it, yeah. Okay.
Taz, man, yo.
Well, I wonder what the contract status is for Moxley.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he's still under contract. So
he ain't been around in a while. She said, "What about Lita's come back?" I mean, she ain't gonna beat Charlotte. I mean, at this point, I don't know if they let Brock Lesnar beat Charlotte.
Well, see, that would be a toss-up right there. Charlotte and Brock Lesnar. Who would get the loss there? Like, because they don't want either one of them to really have a big loss. So
see, I think the only thing interesting you can do with Charlotte at this point, if you really want to make something interesting for WrestleMania, is you bring Tessa Blanchard in and let her win the Royal Rumble, and she wants Charlotte because you have two second-generation superstars whose daddies were the pioneers of the Four Horsemen. That's a hell of a story right there. That's something you can get behind. And right now, I'm sorry, and I keep saying this, WrestleMania does not have a lot of good stories. Other than Brock versus Roman, we don't got shit. And if they don't find something worth interesting to put on there, it's gonna be 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Oh yeah. No, it's and I feel bad saying this. Well, kind of bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I hate. I don't even like. I like Royal Rumble. That's my favorite pay-per-view. But in WrestleMania, I don't see anything coming from WrestleMania. It's just gonna be sad. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be god awful.
Man, somebody is screaming outside.
Hey, tell that girl she can't be
good.
hanging out.
You might want to grab your Glock, son, or grab you a pistol, because at my house, if I hear somebody screaming outside, usually it's somebody coming to whoop my ass.
I got the baby next. I got the baby close by. It's a hand hider. Got it close by. The baby.
I like to hear.
I keep the baby close by, man. You never know. So.
Damn.
But
I think I can hear that person too. I'm like, wow.
I mean, I can hear it. Somebody's knocking on my front door and my back door. But ain't my damn business.
Around here, if somebody's screaming, like I said, they probably had too much meth. You know what I'm saying? You got to put them down. You ever seen that movie, Old Yeller?
No.
Come back, Yeller. Best dog on dog in the West.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. No.
That was movie time in kindergarten.
In the end, Old Yeller gets rabies, and he's sitting there foaming at the mouth and shit. And he's wanting to eat little Timmy, and Timmy got to go up there and shoot him. That's what we do to meth heads here in Pikeville, because they get on got no teeth, and they're wanting to try to bite you with their guns and shit. And you just got to put them down. It's sad, but shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really do think, I mean, all right,
weird.
You know what we ought to do next week? I know we're talking about doing what if this week.
Yeah.
But I think next week, I think we ought to say, let's put together 5 good matches for Mania this year and how they need to come about.
Okay. And just remember, I think Mania is supposed to be 2 nights again. And,
yeah, it is.
And I think that's just it's a horrible idea.
And Rumble gonna be on a Saturday.
It's like
that means everybody don't talk to you when they come through your house and watch it with you. Everybody who don't talk to you want to come watch it with you.
We do need to bring the hoedown back. Have you ever been on the hoedown, Nathan?
I was on there. I was on there once, right before you stopped doing it. Like right before we started this. I think that's where we talked about it.
Yeah, I think that's where we decided to do this. I think it's time to bring the hoedown back.
It's time, because I had never been on there. I was in the chat.
Well, would you come on the hoedown, Americans?
You know I will. What? Oh my God! You hear that? Oh my God! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I will.
Is it on Sundays?
Would you come on the hoedown, Nathan? It's on Sunday, yes.
Yeah, I'll come.
Raw and uncut. Oh man, I'll be a great guest. I'll be a great supporter. Where's raw and uncut? You know what I'm saying? Like
it might be coming out of retirement for the hoedown. Yeah, we might do that.
Nice.
Do it. Football season over with now.
Maybe for you, football season still going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about Sunday night football. Well, really, no, it's not. But
Pat, go. Go, Pat, go.
I'm waiting, man. I'm rooting for you. That's my school colors, green and gold. My high school colors.
Yeah.
My alma mater.
Just as long as you ain't part of them boys.
That's an insult.
They crying. They crying.
Ooh, yeah, they crying
Who,
hard. I'm sorry, G Force. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry, G Force, man. I know, John Joker. I know. I love y'all, but we're not gonna talk about the
who
Cowboys
is
tonight,
your
okay?
guys' Super Bowl picks?
To win or to go to the Super Bowl?
No, I just let's pick the two teams you think's gonna go.
I think or I want.
I got 10 ways and 10 ways why, but Green Bay. And I can
Yeah.
see Green Bay in Tennessee. I mean, I don't know, but I can see Green
That's
Bay
who I'm
and
calling.
Kansas City.
Especially if Tennessee gets Derrick Henry back, that boy's gonna be fresh, son. He's gonna be running over people like it ain't no thing. He just gonna run through these people.
What,
And
but what I heard, they got all their starters back. But what I heard, so
and in cold weather, running the football and good defense wins a lot of games.
yeah,
I
it
think they'll
does.
beat Kansas City, and I think Green Bay comes out of the West, man, or the NFC. Sorry.
It's gonna be that commercial with
Hope
Jake from
so.
State Farm. It's gonna be that dream. You'll see those two guys in Super Bowl. That was on the commercial, you know.
Yeah.
Which Fabulous got a good Rams versus Bills. That's very possible. The Bills look
That
good,
is
man.
the Bills look great. Shot David mentioned. Look, and my Uncle Bobo, rest in peace. Look, the Bills, man. If the Bills get past Kansas City, strong possibility, cuz.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. For me, I'm gonna say my easy answer, my regular answer would be obviously the Packers. I don't know. I'm always nervous about them when it comes down to the end. They always fumble that ball right at the 5-yard line. But I'm gonna say the Pack
I
and the
think
Bill
this is their
and the
year, man.
Bills.
I think this is the year of the Pack.
I'm gonna say the Bills.
But now the Rams looked awful good last night. The Cardinals came to a football
Yeah.
game and an ass whooping broke out.
Yeah.
Not feel so bad for JJ Watt. JJ Watt.
What?
JJ Watt. I feel
What?
kind of bad for him. Yeah, what? Like boom, like Chris Berman. What? But but I feel kind of bad for him because man, he is a great player, but I just don't see him win a Super Bowl with nobody he's gonna go to. Because usually people go to Arizona to retire. You know, look at the people who went to Arizona to retire. Steph Joyner, Emmett Smith. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Because everybody, Kurt Warner,
Kurt
people go to
Warner,
retire to retire.
Mm,
People go to Arizona to retire. You know,
Zach
that's their
Ertz
way
is
out.
there right now. Zach Ertz.
no.
I mean, so with Kyler Murray being a rookie, but I'm not a rookie now, but a couple years ago, and then coming in as a starter to start. I mean that he's beginning his career in Arizona. Where's he gonna end up at?
Greedo and the Speedo has joined me on my phone. What's up, you dirty bitch?
Greedo.
Fuck
What
are
the
you, bigger boy? I'm on a live. Go
What
shave
the
your bald
I
head
can
and
hear
leave me
him too,
alone.
yo. I can hear him.
What the
I'll
hell?
call you back, you bastard. Love you, sweetie. Bye.
Oh, that's fucking adorable. Oh,
Yeah. Nothing like a little heterosexual love.
sure.
That's right.
We'll,
But
we'll go with heterosexual this time.
Yes, indeedy.
Feed
So are
the
we going to
needy.
talk about our what if scenarios?
Yes,
oh
yes.
shit, the police.
The fuck?
Get the hell out of there! Run,
Man, cut the
motherfucker,
lights off.
run!
Cut the lights off. I ain't running. I'm home. I got my shit.
Multiverse Championship Wrestling. He's a bad man. He's got some great content. You better check it out.
Yep.
His shit is funny and entertaining.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
funny
get
and entertaining. It is. I'm sorry. I got thrown off.
moderators in here, but it's not letting me. So Anybody that's wants to be a moderator, I'm trying to,
Yo, I'll
but it's
be a
not letting
mod
me
for
add
you.
it. Well, if it lets me,
You
I
got to
can.
go in. You got to do it from a different. You got to do it like you got to pull up your
No,
phone and go beside their name. You can't do it from the actual StreamYard. You
well, no,
actually have to
I'm
be
not.
watching it.
No, I'm not doing it from StreamYard. I'm doing it from YouTube itself.
I'm a mod on
No,
Tasman channel, and I am a mod. I
I
think
I
I'm
know
a
think
mod
so.
on his channel, my cousin channel,
because
and
I've got
I
a
think it's
bunch
a
of
Starter channel.
moderators. It's just nobody's in here that's a moderator.
I don't
So,
like to have moderators because I like the people to be able to say whatever the hell they want.
oh yeah, no,
We
I
don't
don't.
kick you out for being offensive. We embrace you.
Yeah, I don't. The only time I have moderators is if it gets too out of control. You
Yeah.
know, if you just start like taking over the stream. What the hell is that ugly looking thing? Oh, that's a Kylo Ren. Oh,
That's Kylo Ren. That's Adam Driver at his finest. That
um,
motherfucker got a big nose, bro.
is it a Triple H nose?
It's right. Triple H got a nose. That motherfucker only got to breathe twice a day.
It takes him so long to inhale and exhale.
Yeah, he's like,
All right, Taz, it's your idea. You start us off.
so my first what if scenario. You know what the curtain call was with Razor Ramon, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and
Yep.
Triple H?
Yep.
Okay, so what if the curtain call never happened? And so I'm going to say that because the curtain call happened, Triple H was actually supposed to win the King of the Ring when Stone Cold won it. So Stone Cold doesn't win the King of the Ring. Therefore, Austin 16 is not born. Because, you know, he said that promo after he beat Jake the Snake Roberts in the finals of King of the Ring.
Yeah.
I think that definitely changes the landscape. I think eventually Austin becomes a superstar, but that promo is really what's sent Austin down the house of fire.
Indeed.
So I think because of that, they really push Triple H for a while. Austin kind of stays in the mid card a little longer. We get Ken Shamrock actually becomes the guy who beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14.
Wow.
Because he's the only legit superstar they had at the time. The Rock wasn't ready. The Rock actually takes the title from Shamrock, and Austin finally cuts a similar promo. I don't know if we get the Austin 316, but his popularity finally starts increasing, and Austin actually ends up taking it from The Rock. We also don't get the Owen Hart injury with Austin because Austin isn't as popular yet. So Austin doesn't hurt his neck. And so while it takes Austin a little bit longer to get his run going, I think because he doesn't get the neck injury, the run goes longer. And he actually probably becomes more successful, but you also see him more successful Ken Shamrock and The Rock as well. So there's not a whole lot of difference. I actually think the only person that hurts is Triple H because I think when he won the King of the Ring, he would have won it in the snobby Greenwich, Connecticut guy, and I think that would have
Yeah.
been how they pushed him. Maybe DX doesn't form the way it did, and Triple H doesn't have the career he does. Shamrock stays around a little longer, and
What
I
a great
definitely think we
storyteller.
definitely main event some WrestleMania some different ways.
Oh wow. Okay.
That man. That is totally your imagination is superb. I know I'm not the only
I
crazy person
smoke
in
a
the world.
lot of fucking weed, motherfucker.
Dude, like yo.
It
so
enhances my thoughts. It
so
enhances.
with that situation though, do Scott Hall and Kevin Nash leave?
They still leave, and actually WCW dominates for a little longer. WCW actually doesn't go out of business for a few more years,
Mm,
and they actually probably steal some of the WWE's talent. I think probably Mick Foley wouldn't got over as much
Thank you.
because I think Shamrock kind of takes that Triple H role, and him and The Rock have a longer feud. I think Foley eventually probably gets in the main event scene, but I definitely think it holds him back. Austin winning that title, because, doing that promo and getting kind of catapulted to stardom. For one thing, Austin and Brett don't have their big ass feud. I think that goes to the Patriot Dale Wilkes, and they keep him around a little longer. Maybe even Sid maybe stays around a little longer. So I do think that the Montreal screw job probably does happen, but I don't think it happens as DX. I think Michaels does hurt his back still, and that's when they put the title on Shamrock at WrestleMania 14 because they really don't have another babyface.
Wow.
And like I said, I think that they have to change their plans with The Rock because they don't. Shamrock's going to be their babyface because Austin hasn't taken off yet. If you really go back and look, Shamrock was probably, other than Austin, the second biggest babyface. So him and The Rock, they might even have to turn The Rock face a little sooner because Vince at that point, because when Austin does the Austin 316 promos, t-shirt sales go up, attendance goes up, Stone Cold caught fire, and that's really what started changing the war with WCW. Yeah. So where that doesn't happen as fast, Vince gets desperate. He looks at Ken Shamrock as a legitimate badass. So they either put the title on Shamrock and then start developing The Rock, maybe as a babyface. I think probably The Rock stays a heel for a while, and him and Shamrock has a feud. And I think it holds Austin back a year and a half. But like I said, because of that, I don't think that we get the injury in the match with Owen Hart. Hi, that's my daughter.
Hey, Lenise.
And like I said, I think that, which flip side, I guess Foley could have after, because Michaels after WrestleMania 14 was not going to be around for a while. He hurt his back in the casket match with The Undertaker. Yeah. So I think Shamrock's first feud possibly could have been with Foley. Possibly even see it. I think you have to have somebody legit to go against Shamrock, but I definitely think it ends up making Shamrock a bigger star. I do think Austin eventually does come around, and I think, like I said, because the Owen Hart match doesn't happen, that's basically what fucked his career up. He lasts longer. I just think it pushes things back. And from the WCW side, I don't know that necessarily that they would have gone out of business.
I got a question, Tez, man. Since you said that, would the Dan Severn beef with Shamrock and WWE would have been higher then than it was when they came with Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
I think that would have been something. Severn would have definitely been somebody who would have got a bigger push. I think maybe they would have. He was paired with Cornette, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying. See, Cornette did a good thing when he brought that. When him and Vince did that Forbidden Door thing, then when they let Smoky Mountain Wrestling in, but they call it the new NWA or whatever the hell they call it. But I think that could have catapulted Shamrock to a higher level against Dan Severn. Dan Severn coming with all these off the wall, all these other promotional belts when he came in. So that probably you were right, because they probably would have pushed him higher. You know what I'm saying? They made him.
I also think you get a main event run out of Owen Hart, because Owen Hart and Shamrock had a pretty good feud. I don't know if the Intercontinental title was on the line or not. Remember, they had that Lions Den match.
Yeah, they did.
So I think that WWE, especially at the same time the UFC was starting to catch fire with Chuck Liddell, I think they kind of push it towards a more. It is going to go to a more Attitude Era style, but I think you're going to see a more MMA look. Austin's coming. He's just slower.
Yeah. So he'd have made the 2005 at least.
I think I think The Rock probably develops a little quicker and gets a little more popular than Austin, but Austin still comes. But like I said, I think Austin lasts a lot longer.
But it sounds like with that, it sounds like DX may never happen too.
See, I don't think DX does happen.
And I said that. Yeah.
And I feel like if DX doesn't happen, then
Okay, we got a prick in the chat. If there's a mod, get that motherfucker out of here right now, you piece of trash.
Yeah, I just made G-Force and Dave mods.
Yeah. Motherfucker, I'll give you my address, shove at my place, and we'll talk about that shit. 70 Green Meadow Lane, Pikeville, Kentucky. Be sure to show up because I got an ass whooping for you.
I'm trying to add more people now, Greedo.
Yeah, somebody get that motherfucker out, piece of trash.
You better get your ass up out of here.
Yeah, get up out of here.
I can't see that shit. I can't see the screen right now, so I don't know if they're still in here or not.
I see Little Tasman. Little Tasman is the last person that commented.
Yeah, Little Tasman was the last comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy wants my address. Tell him to show up and we'll talk about it. Let's everybody in the chat give the finger to that guy. Here's a fuck you. We love X-Men, but we hate fucking pieces of shit Nazis.
I'm gonna get Little Tasman.
70 Green Meadow Lane, Pikeville, Kentucky. I'll be waiting up.
What on 9 Local Park, Rockham, North Carolina. I like beef.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I hate those keyboard badasses. Oh, I'm a badass.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the keyboard, nobody knows
who
the fuck I am.
So I just made Little Tasman and also Greedo.
Somebody kick that motherfucker out here and race that shit if you can.
What's up, Geek Strong? He said he a bouncer. What's up, my homie?
Somebody's a bounce that fucker's ass right out of here.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't think DX happens. I definitely think it changes the complexion of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, like, and with DX not happening, like that kind of, I think that changes a lot of things. Like, I don't see Batista getting anywhere because we don't have Evolution because Triple H has no popularity.
I actually see Triple H possibly ending back up in WCW.
Oh,
maybe he has a good run there because if you really look at it, Triple H's style fit more WCW than it did his wrestling style.
Well, and if he goes to WCW,
what about if he end up in TNA? He would end up in TNA.
Yeah.
Well, that's the question. But does TNA ever really happen though? Like,
and honestly, I think
that's a good question.
I think we see a really good world title feud between Kurt Angle and Ken Shamrock, which I think would have been badass.
And that's the other thing is like with that scenario, you know, I don't see it doesn't seem like an Attitude Era type style happens because it seems more like a ruthless aggression or a current way where they're focusing more on MMA. You know, Brock Lesnar, like Brock Lesnar's style.
I think they do for a while.
Hey.
I think they do for a while, but you have to understand Vince Russo was writing things.
Yeah.
And Austin and Rock are coming, you know, and you know, I just think that they do the MMA style for a while. I think Vader probably has a little bit better career because I think he could have those type matches, which I would have really. I really think that I wish Vader would have had a better run in WWE anyway. I think Vader definitely deserved a world title over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely think it could have changed things quite a bit. So that curtain call, them punishing Triple H at the time probably seemed like a bad thing, but it's probably what saved the WWE.
Yeah.
The police still out there?
Yeah.
And I'm out of Diet Mountain Dew. Son of a bitch.
You out of Diet Mountain Dew.
Look at you. Mr. trying to be healthy over here.
I don't know, man. This shit's tearing my kidneys up. I piss about 50 times a day. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think because you're probably eating healthy too. You know, you eating healthy. That's another thing about. You know, you taking any blood pressure medication? Anything?
Nope.
I know I
I
am.
don't
Man,
take shit.
good God.
It's pure Johnny,
Pissing,
baby.
pissing is a thing. Pissing is a way of life, pure Johnny.
Big bad booty daddy.
All right,
Big bad booty daddy.
all right, AMW.
My what if is, what if TNA would have pushed Mr. Kennedy or Mr. Anderson? Though been a better way WWE didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So WWE didn't push him, and it seemed like he had a big beef with Vince McMahon. And so if he would have went to TNA and got a push that he didn't get in WWE, it'd have made him a bigger superstar. And I think that it have brought him back by 2000, by the time the Shield dropped. You know what I'm saying? By the time the Shield it was coming out, and there was beef with Punk, and beef and with Evolution. I believe that Mr. Kennedy would still be in WWE, but he would probably been that person that was beefing with instead of seeing Punk. I'm just saying,
Um,
you know, um,
He was popular at one point. He was
yeah,
very popular at one point,
I
Mr.
could have
Kennedy.
seen him doing a casket match with Undertaker.
yeah.
I could have seen that. I think it would have been. I think it would have been good. He was good on the mic. But what did he do so wrong?
Well, he was good on the mic. I think I forget what his
He was
issues were.
protective. He was protective in the. He was protective in the ring.
I
But the
forget.
mic skills means a lot now, and it meant a lot back then. But now it seems like you got to have a total package. I mean, not total, but the
Yeah.
whole package to do anything. And like that's why WWE is releasing talent, so much good talent, because some of them ain't good on the mic.
Well, they got, I don't know what else their problem is, but they got a lot of problems with talent. But
People that they let go, they should have been pushed and then let them go. You know what I'm saying? Get something out of them, like what he did at the Fame, and then let him go. But did the Braun Strowman did let him go? There's a few more people didn't let him go, but he should have just pushed them. And if he calls him a businessman, got the money off of them, and then let him go. I mean, he a hustler, right?
yeah, but he's a control freak too, so
Totally.
it's got to be his way or the highway.
He a control freak because he got Finn Bella trying to get what's his name, Austin Aries. I mean Austin. What's the boy name?
Theory.
Theory. That trying to get that boy over.
Yeah.
He should be at AEW.
Who, Finn Balor?
Either one of them for a push in one company instead of the other company. Because they had a vice on the vice inside the ring. I mean, what you call it, over the rope drop?
Dark side of the ring?
Yeah, see, they had them boys to come up with Austin Theory and Darby Allin and a whole bunch of them. Priest was on there. They showed pictures and clips from Ricochet and all them from people that was doing this independent circuits and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they brought them in. See, that's a good thing about NXT. Triple H is bringing people out the indie scene, putting them on TV, on big TV, to give them the sight and the attention they're supposed to get. And see, Austin Theory, he was on that documentary. That's why I kind of like him. But for somebody to do a skit or do backstage scenes with Vince McMahon, he got to be pushing you. He's pushing you.
Yeah.
And I just don't see it. And they got him. They said they had him and Nikki ASH for teenagers. I still don't see it. Because we like wrestling more than they do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
35 and older.
But I don't know. Like, so I don't really have any. I think the only one I have is, what if WCW never went under? What if WCW stayed, either number one or number two company?
Yeah.
I feel like they would have evolved and they could have been either NXT or AEW.
Yeah.
So long as they brought in, so long as I think the only thing they had to do was recycle, bring
Yeah.
in young talent, but
Yeah.
let them let them don't try to be Vince McMahon in WWE.
Yeah.
Be more, hey, you
Of your
guys,
own.
you guys got some talent. Let's bring in some of these guys in, and they can come in and you come up with your storylines. We're just going to produce. We're going to be the agents, the promoters. We're going to give you a platform, and you guys just come in, at least for a time being, until they can figure
Yeah.
out what they're going to do and help recycle it.
But see, I
Yeah.
think the problem with WCW, if you look back to right when they were about to go under, you had what, Sid Vicious, world champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it was what, him, Jeff
Well,
Jarrett, Scott Steiner, and Booker T were pretty much the last 4 world champions, weren't they? If I
Yeah.
might be forgetting somebody.
wasn't Sting?
Thing was, I think he beat Booker T. I mean, Booker T beat him, or because Booker
Booker
T
T
had the
beat Jeff
U.S. and
Jarrett.
the
Because
yeah, because he
remember,
had the U.S. bill and the big dog going to WWE, right?
so my thing with that was this: you got Booker T, who at the time was still young.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
had Sid Vicious, who was past his prime, and then he had that bad injury. You had Scott Steiner, who was basically a hair away
Hey,
from
give me something to drink.
he had his back injuries and stuff like that. The problem with WCW, I think, when they really had a chance to drive the dagger in Vince hard, is they used the NWO to start winning the ratings.
Yeah.
But then, if you watch the WCW show, the best matches and the most exciting characters were their undercard. You had Chris Jericho, you had Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio, you had Billy Kidman,
Yeah.
you had Raven, you had Booker T, you had
But that's what they
Goldberg.
but that's what they needed to do was like bring those guys up.
Yeah,
Don't have them as the mid card.
Yeah.
Do what WWE did.
yeah,
Have Jericho. He's a he was over,
he
but
was
because he was small, you didn't want to bring him up.
And Billy
right.
Kidman got over for Penny Hogan.
But I think they had guys who they gave these guaranteed contracts, and they gave
Yeah.
them creative control.
Yeah.
And at some point, Hogan was going to have to lay down to somebody. I mean, he did to Goldberg, but they did it on live TV, which was stupid. They did it to win the ratings one last time. That should have
Yeah.
been a Starcade main event. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had guys like Scott Hall who could still go in the ring. You had guys like Raven. You had guys who, I think the last Raven storyline, they said he was a spoiled little rich kid. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they massacred Chris Benoit. I know we're not supposed to talk to Chris Benoit anymore, but I mean he's a solid. I mean, they had the talent, they just didn't know how to use it. And honestly, though, I don't know if anybody could have survived the Rock, Austin, Mick Foley train. I mean, you had 3.
Well,
and if you want to throw Triple H in there and the Undertaker,
I was
you
gonna
had 5
say.
all-time greats in their prime, killing it. I mean,
Well,
that was going to be hard to overcome.
I'd say not just that, but you also had, you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, you had Mankind, Mick Foley, but you had Undertaker / Ministry,
Yeah.
and you had Triple H / DX. Like DX itself was almost as big as The Rock and Stone Cold. Like at that time, I'm still talking about DX right now. That's how big it was. And to me, DX was kind of like a splinter group with NWO. Because you got half the guys on one side and the other half on the other, and those two but DX, get back DX still had legs on it.
Yeah.
Whereas NWO was dying. It was good for maybe a year or so, and they just didn't know how to either evolve it right, or they just kept saying, "Hey, let's just keep doing whatever, and it just kept it was dying. It was dead man walking.
Man,
But
But I mean,
y'all
honestly,
got some great
I
thoughts.
know they had to. I know they pushed Rock as the corporate champion, but I mean, I honestly felt like the Nation of Domination was a more interesting group than
Yeah,
DX. I mean,
yeah.
DX did some stupid shit, and I mean, they had some big moments. But if you look at in-ring work, D'Lo Brown was as good as anybody in the ring. I still think The Rock was a better worker than Triple H. You had Kama, who was a solid worker. You had Mark Henry, who was the powerhouse of the group. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that, and I mean, the feud with the Nation and DX was huge. I mean, if you go
Oh
back and
yeah.
look at that,
Oh no, yeah,
uh,
that was.
Solid.
it was going to be hard for anybody to. And then there's an interview with Kevin Nash, and he talks about he said the Monday Nitro after WrestleMania 14. 14 was the one where Austin beat Michaels for the title. He said he walked into the building. Kevin Sullivan said, "Hey, you watched that WrestleMania last night?" Nash was like, "Yeah," and said they both looked at each other basically the same time and said, "Yeah, this gravy train's over." They knew what they saw, and they knew that they didn't have what it took to compete. I mean, because if you go back and look, the video package were Hollywood quality, and,
Oh
and I mean
yeah.
WWE, that's one
Oh
thing they
yeah.
always do. They have really good video packages. They make you
Yeah.
want to see the feud. Not as much now as they did, but
Futuristic.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you for a while, I mean, it was a sin to miss fucking Raw. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I mean it, I mean you know,
Yeah,
if
when it
your
was two
grandmother's
hours.
funeral was going to be Monday night or the wake or whatever, you're like, hey, can we postpone that some bitch till Tuesday? I mean, Raw's on, man. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, so I mean, it was going to be hard either way, but I think it would have been interesting. I don't. The problem with WCW, if you look at it, they spent a lot of money on people who probably didn't need that much. I mean, I can't remember they
Bull
said Buff Bag.
Bagwell.
Yeah, Brad Armstrong had. They were paying people like $500,000 a year to sit home. I mean, it just they made a lot of bad financial decisions. But I mean, I'd love to see WCW right now. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I loved it when it was NWA Crockett Promotions. I kind of thought it went downhill some when it became WCW. But I mean,
80s
you living
babies.
in North Carolina, you know all about Crockett Promotion.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
80s babies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we some 80s babies. It
yeah,
was born beginning of the 80s,
Yeah.
so it's just the stuff we saw like the 80s toys were so great. Now they toys look better.
yeah,
Make us want to go out and get some of them too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man, yeah, you're right. Both of y'all make some great pointers tonight.
But no, that's we'll do one more round because I'm kind of getting hungry.
Oh,
My stomach's talking to me.
I feel you.
too late
All
for
right,
me,
Taz,
man.
what's your
My
next?
second what if Vern Gagne put the AWA title on Hulk Hogan?
What? Wait.
So if that happens, Hogan stays in AWA, which means Vince ain't got a big
Ooh.
superstar.
Ooh.
So you got Hogan over here. You got
And over here.
Bob Backlund as WWE's champion, and then over in WC or Crockett, you got Flair
NWA.
and Rhodes.
Woo. It's
So
summer plumber daddy.
Vince is forced to make a decision that he didn't want to make, but at the time he didn't have a choice, and he makes Jimmy Snuka his top guy because that was the second most popular wrestler on the card. He probably would have had Hogan's spot, wasn't it, for that murder thing?
Yep.
But at this point, Vince doesn't have a choice, so he gives Snuka the top spot, and Snuka could have some great matches. If you haven't seen that steel cage match with Don Morocco,
Watch it.
possibly the greatest wrestling match of all time. I think Randy Savage, he probably brings up a little faster. I don't think Randy ends up being his Hulk Hogan. I think what happens is you got Hogan and AWA, which actually it's right on par with WWF at this point. But then you got Jim Crockett, who's ahead of them both because they got Flair and they got Dusty and they got Magnum TA. So what happens is they put the belt on Magnum TA, but Flair and Dusty use their backstage politics to make it a very short run. And it's a run that Magnum TA is not happy with. So Magnum TA doesn't get in his car wreck, and Vince McMahon signs him. Magnum TA goes on to be Vince's Hulk Hogan, who's actually a better worker and a better interview, and actually takes the WWE to higher than Hogan did because, like I said, Magnum TA could go better in the ring. AWA lasts a little bit longer than what it did. Hogan kind of carries them, but Bockwinkel did not have the vision for Hogan that Vince did. So eventually, Vern Gagne has Hogan job to his son Greg, who looks like me without my shirt on. Great guy. So Hogan, being the egotistical prick that he is, leaves AWA and goes to WWF as their top heel. And you have a Magnum TA Hulk Hogan feud with TA becoming the victor. And so it changes the whole landscape. I think Magnum TA ends up being the biggest star in the business up until Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hulk Hogan goes down as a solid heel, but because of his shitty in-ring work and the fact that Hulkamania didn't happen, he's not looked at as fondly. And because of his backstage antics and the way he kind of carries himself, history looks at him a lot less fondly. Magnum TA goes down as one of the all-time legends, and probably NWO doesn't happen because Hogan doesn't go.
Well, he doesn't. He's not the biggest. He's not the biggest star. So
yeah. Well, y'all spit some gems tonight, cuz I had to let you check that. Know that. Yo. Imagination, man, is crazy. I love it.
So it changes things. You know, I mean, I think we end up getting a Shawn Michaels stays in AWA.
Wow.
Like I said, it lasts longer. He ends up being the guy there. Him and Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Mr. Perfect. That's why I was about to say, yeah, him and Kurt Hennig. Kurt Hennig was one of the biggest stars at AWA. And Scott Hall. Yeah.
So that really will change the landscape of wrestling.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really believe that Hulk Hogan, Vern Gagne's reluctance to put the belt on Hogan and wanting to keep it on Nick Bockwinkel, and Magnum TA getting in that car wreck did more to change the profession, the landscape of professional. Like, if one or both of those things don't happen, everything's different. Ultimate Warrior stays in AWA because that's where he started out as Dingo.
Yeah,
so I think eventually probably AWA ends up, because they had a contract with ESPN. They were shown on ESPN, you know, which was bigger at the time than Turner.
Yeah.
So I think that WCW probably lasts longer, but it's more of a smaller territory type organization. I think eventually, you know, definitely we could see different people ending up in different places. You know, Flair probably ends up in WCW, AWA, or whatever. But I definitely think that AWA lasts quite a while. I think probably World Class still goes out of business. And the Von Erichs, I think wherever they end up can make a big difference. But like I said, I mean, if Bockwinkel if Gagne had the balls to put the title on Hogan, AWA's, it might not be here now, but I think it lasts another 10, 12, 15 years.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they had the stars between Shawn Michaels,
the
Dingo
Midnight
Warrior
Rockers
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could have possibly held their own. I mean, if you go back and look at some of that AWA stuff, it was some good shit.
Yo, it was. It sure was.
So I just from what you're saying, I don't know. I don't even know if we would ever get like WrestleMania.
I think we would have. I do. I
We
think we
would
would
have.
have because
Yeah.
I think it might have been a few years later. I think that the only thing is, I don't know if Magnum TA could have slammed Andre. Now I might be wrong. Magnum was strong, but he wasn't Hogan strong. But I think you would have got a better match out of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, would they have gone in a different direction? Because I honestly think that Magnum TA's character was more likable than Hogan's. Like, I mean, if you, like I said, Jake Roberts, I think Jake Roberts would have been a bigger star in WWE. I think that even though Magnum would have had the title, I do think that Vince would have pushed other people too. Hogan, if you look back, Magnum did the job to, who did he lose the TV title to? Nikita Koloff. Magnum was much more open to losing than Hogan was.
Yeah.
So, Magnum would have dropped the strap probably to Roddy Piper or to Jake Roberts. I think overall it would have been better for wrestling and better for WWE. But, if we had 3 or 4 different wrestling companies right now, I mean, I know we got 3 if you want to count TNA. I don't know that you can count that. But, Paul Heyman was a big factor in AWA at one point.
Yeah, sure was.
If Vern was able to kind of, which, that's 35 years ago, so Heyman probably didn't have the wrestling knowledge, but I definitely think that,
I was Vern brother name, Taz.
What?
What's Vern brother name?
Which one?
His brother, the one that was referee for WWE for a while. Wasn't he a tag team champion? Vern Gagne.
No, Vern, he owned AWA.
He had a brother though, didn't he? That was a tag team champion.
Greg.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like I said, he was just determined to push, But I mean, like I said, AWA could have had some really good feuds because you had Scott Hall, you had Kurt, which Scott Hall was still very green, but you had Kurt Hennig, Dingo. You had a guy named Colonel De Beers. I don't know if anybody remembers him.
Colonel De Beers, yeah.
He would have been a good feud for Hogan. But Gagne, Vern Gagne, as good a wrestling promoter as he was, he didn't have that over the top that, Vince took Hogan and Hogan was a star or whatever, and then he turned him into bigger than life. And I don't think that he put the machine behind him, and I don't think that Vern would have done that with anybody who wasn't his son. So, like I say, I think Hogan stays around another 3 or 4 years until they make him job to Greg Gagne, who's a guy who, like I said, looks like me without his shirt on. That pisses Hogan off. And he either goes to WCW and becomes Ric Flair's foil, or he goes to WWE and becomes Magnum TA's heel. If he goes to WCW, then we may not get Sting. I think if he goes to WCW, we get Sting to go to WWE, and he becomes the greatest Intercontinental Champion who ever lived.
Man, this is the greatest what if ever. This is better. This is way better.
I mean, a lot of shit could happen. It could have changed everything. One decision, which was a bad decision. I mean, you could argue that's what put the AWA out of, when you stick with a guy named Nick Bockwinkel, who was as good as he was, he looked like he was in his 50s when he was in his 20s. Vern Gagne he didn't want to adapt. He didn't want to accept that the wrestling business was changing. And if he had like I said, Hulk Hogan would have been the guy. And he had a lot of good talent that could have made that show very. And he had like I said, he had a television contract with ESPN, so he had everything he needed to succeed, but he just didn't do it.
Wow! And this educational moment was brought to you by Nathan Boughton and at Country Fried Wrestling and Tasman Taylor.
It's brought to you by Tasman. Shoot.
Hey, yo, word up, yo. That is
Mm.
that's some good ass history that could have really went that way.
I figure, oh, you know what? Being that way, I figure we should probably end on that one.
Me too. I mean,
That was a good one. We can always
And I'll
we
throw
can
one
we-
more thing out. I'll throw one more thing out.
okay.
give him some
Jerry
more.
Lawler also did some work in AWA. Could you imagine a young Jerry Lawler heel against champion Hulk Hogan? I mean, they could have possibly been bigger in WWE. I think Magnum TA would have been better.
Jerry Law
than
will
Hogan,
smoke you
but
on the mic.
if Bert-
Jerry Law mic skills was stupid.
Yeah.
That was stupid done back then. I mean that means good. That means great. That was stupid done back then, man. Yeah,
and
the
the
king.
King,
That kind of
King could go in the ring, boys. I mean, he could. I mean, back in the day, he had some blood feuds.
And
That
had
was definitely
he done won the most championships ever. That's not counted for or whatever.
yeah. I mean, he was a legend. Great figure. I mean, I looked
Indeed.
at go back and watch some of Jerry's old matches, guys, before he got into WWE. I mean, that dude could go. That dude would
Sure
bleed.
could.
I mean,
Yeah, he would.
and the crowd in Memphis loved him. If Hogan fought Jerry in Memphis, Hogan would have got booed out of the fucking building.
Sure would. Like Macho Man did when they tried to Vince mixed him up with Macho Man at Memphis, before they brought Jerry Lawler in. And yeah, Macho Man got a lot of booze in Memphis, but he was, baby face, brother. Oh.
Well, I don't know if anybody knows, Jerry Lawler was actually the one who came up with the Kamala gimmick. The guy, I can't remember the guy who played Kamala's name. He wasn't a good ring worker. He wasn't good in the ring. But he was big and dominating. And Jerry was like, okay, you play this giant who really doesn't know how to wrestle. You just come in and punch and kick and, throw people around.
Chop. Yeah.
And Kamala's best run was in Memphis against Jerry Lawler. They were tearing houses down.
Man, see, regular TV without cable back in the 80s was awesome. We didn't have MTV or BET or USA, but we had Channel 40. Hey, Channel 40 was great. 40 times, man.
World Class Championship Wrestling. I mean, they had the Freebirds. They had the Von Erichs. I mean, and that's another what if. What if the Von Erichs, what if David doesn't die in Japan? What if, half of them don't kill themselves? I mean, they were as popular in Texas as anybody who ever did it. I mean, like I said, you put Hulk Hogan against Kerry Von Erich in Texas. Go back YouTube, but before the night's over. I wish there was some way we could pull it up and put it on the screen right now. YouTube Kerry Von Erich wins the world title from Ric Flair in Texas. You will never see a bigger pop than you ever saw that. People were, that's the big, I mean, I've never seen a crowd go any more crazy for a world title win.
Me neither. I think the second one is when Dusty finally beat Ric Flair. You know what I mean? The second big pop ever. It took him 3 years to do it, 4 years to do it. But
yeah,
I mean, he was booking the shows. He was writing the stories. Dusty Rhodes is a genius.
The American Dream.
Yes.
Yes.
Son of a plumber, daddy. Son of a plumber.
The American Dream, baby.
The American Dream, daddy. All
right
there around here. Nice. He's the American Dream, daddy. Cody kind of talked like him too. He said,
Chief J Strongbow. Jim, of course, was talking about Chief J Strongbow. That was another one. Like, he was in AWA. Like, Colonel De Beers was a great. I don't know if anybody's watched Colonel De Beers. Go back and watch some of his AWA promos. He was a mean motherfucker. You did not like that fucking guy.
And you can watch it. You can watch some of their matches on WWE Network on Peacock now. They got some AWA stuff on there now. Yeah, it's some on there now, and I'm like, wow. It's been some on there since like the summer, but
yeah, when the WWE Network was the WWE Network and not on Peacock, they had World Class, AWA.
Sure did.
They had Who else did they have? They had a couple of other uh, companies from back in the day, but
Yep.
see, I'm just soaking it all in. I'm just
A
like I
word.
said, like I said, most of the wrestling I remember was from the Attitude Era on. So anything like 80s and 70s, like
Man, that's
uh,
all we
and
had, man.
but I also lived on the East Coast, so there was I didn't live in the South, and most of the South, that's where you get a lot of the local, you know, shows
And
and a
I'm
lot of
from where Andre the Giant lived when he moved down to North Carolina to Illiby. I'm from Illiby, as a matter of fact. You know, my grandma used
oh
to do work. She
Well,
used to clean
and
up his
that's the thing.
house, you know.
I know
I had
you
a hot
guys are
dog with
both.
steamboat.
yeah
Yeah.
I know you're both fans of black wrestlers. I mean, some of the best black wrestlers came out of out of Memphis and out of Georgia,
yeah
and
yeah.
I mean, that's where Junkyard Dog came out of.
Yeah.
Coco Beware before he went to WWE was a beast. Uh,
Mm,
Iceman King Parsons, I've talked about him before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kamala. I mean,
Yeah.
Kamala was a big deal, man.
Yeah, it was.
You know, there's just so many. Can't even really think of them, but I mean, they're
Tyrone Knox. He
he
was a trainer. He from Illiby. And I hope they
yeah,
get his son on here with us soon. But
Oh,
and he
yeah. I
was
was
a
looking at
trainer. You know, he was like a not a jobber, but what's he call it back in the 90s when they used to come out
him.
and lose to a big person in the match?
Yeah, it was I think
An enhancer or whatever. He
enhancement
was an
talent.
enhancer.
Handsome
Yeah,
Town.
and he's still trained right now. And he been on a couple of Raw shows. Let's go look up Tyrone Knox on Raw. You see him fight Shawn Michaels. You see him fight Manator, or
Oh
you
yeah,
see him
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
a few people.
Because I looked him up. Another person he fought a lot was it King Kong Bundy?
Yeah,
yeah.
he was a
So
great performer, enhancement talent
yeah,
Like
or
I said,
enhancement
Iceman
talent.
King Parsons, man, in world class, Iceman King Parsons was as badass as there was. I loved Iceman
mm,
King Parsons.
mm. and,
Heck
I,
yeah, man.
He
and I
actually
think
took over the Freebird. He was the leader of the Freebirds for a while. It took over
oh
from Michael
really?
Show
Hayes.
was,
Yeah,
show did. Damn, Taz, man, you know
Oh
your
wow.
shit, man. That's all we had down south, man.
that's all
Was
we had,
wrestling,
man.
football.
Saturday morning wrestling, man.
Yep, that's all we
And then
had.
I'd watch AWA when I got home from school on ESPN. I can't remember who the announcer was. He had a beard and gray hair. Uh,
Man,
you
that
know who I'm
was
talking about.
yeah. I know what you're talking about because Chris Bremer was the first ESPN man. And
Yeah,
I remember, yeah, I don't remember that event, but I looked back and saw him, introducing this wrestling event, and it was exactly what you're talking about, the people you're talking about. So
yeah,
I kind of remember a lot of that stuff. You know,
yeah.
I have an elephant memory, photographic type of memory, stuff crazy
Well,
people
like
have.
G-Force is saying, World Class Championship had the Von Erichs, the Freebirds, Bruiser
That's
Brody, the
right.
Great Angel of Death. Great
Wow.
Kabuki, Gary
Blue
Hart.
says
Gary
Mm,
Hart.
squash.
I'll never
Blue
forget.
says
There was a guy
squash.
in AWA. I don't remember his name. He wore a white mask and like a white, like
A
overall
white
type.
cape thing. Yeah.
And then when they'd be beating him up, he'd literally lay in the ring like this. And they'd beat him up for a minute, realize they weren't doing nothing. Then they'd walk around and be like, "What the hell?" And then he'd sneak up behind them and start beating on them.
Just
And then they'd
whooping
beat.
their
That,
oh
tail.
that was his
wow.
gimmick, man. That was his. I
Yep.
Oh
can't remember
wow.
what that guy was,
Yep.
but I mean, they did original shit back then. Like they,
Yeah.
and that's one thing. If you get a chance, watch Jim Cornette's podcast. Cornette
Oh, I'm
tells some of
always
the
on
best
him.
stories,
He is
man. I
crazy.
mean, that guy, he knows so much shit, and I mean, it's just like wrestling wasn't always predictable like it is now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And I mean that's what made the Attitude Era great too. Is like you might see a Mick Foley win the title on Raw. Like we all know Brock Lesnar ain't gonna lose the title next week on Raw.
Yeah.
But
Roman
see,
Reigns ain't gonna lose the title.
those guys were the first ones to start calling spots in the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Instead of practicing the matches before they had the match, they was calling spots. Beat me up, hit me across the head,
Yeah.
reverse it, counter, throw me against the rope. Yeah, I mean, they call spots now, and that's what made Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels them boys so great. Because Triple H was he was a perfecter though. Even though he was like really the first jobber. I mean, not a first jobber, but a jobber that really made it.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler
Yeah.
is too. I know people don't like Dolph, but Dolph is still in the game, and Dolph gives you a
Hey,
good match. See,
he's gonna
they
have
know
a
how to.
U.S. title soon or something, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, see, but they know how to call
Either
their
him or
spots in
Rude.
the match without anybody even knowing. Stone Cold was good at it. He was
Yeah.
bald, and the guys with great hair call these spots. They flip the hair over by your ear, pull your head up, we call them the spot. Then, that's what
Yeah.
make Kobe Kingston great. That's what make Dolph Ziggler great. That's what made Triple H great, AJ Styles great, because they long flingy hair can fling over. But the guys like Stone Cold, you know, Bret Hart, he had flingy hair, but he called his spots, and you really couldn't even see it. He didn't fling his hair over like a person with long hair does. That's what make Randy Orton does it now. That's what make people so good. John Cena, you can see him call spots, man. I'm sorry. I love John Cena. You talk about John Cena, or I see John Cena lose, I'm probably gonna cry. But I'm telling you, like, it's just one of those things that people can call their spots not be seen. That's why Steph get pushed so much,
well, let me
right?
ask you this:
Because you like
you,
Jasmine said, Steph Sprouse come out dressed like Michael Jackson the other night. Like, was he gonna fucking moonwalk? That's what I
he
was
acts
filming to
like.
do.
Well, let me. Do either of you guys remember the Dusty Rhodes Midnight Rider angle?
No.
Who?
Dusty Dusty
The
Rhodes
Midnight
Midnight Rider, the
him.
Midnight Rider.
Damn. It was
He
when he
lost a
turned
match. I know you.
when he turned babyface. That's the night. The last time he was with
No,
them, the night he turned
no,
babyface, right?
he lost a match to one of the Horsemen. They cheated that he had to retire. So the next week, a guy who looks just like Dusty Rhodes, but he has a mask on and he calls himself the Midnight Rider,
Oh
starts coming out
yeah,
there and beating up on the Horsemen.
that was
And like
Dusty
they was
Rhodes.
crazy. Yeah, and it was Dusty
Yeah,
Rhodes, and he actually
yeah,
won. It was kind of like Hogan did with that Mister America or whatever
yeah.
he done
Yeah.
that years back. But I mean, Dusty was great, and like I said, they had the bunkhouse stampede matches. You remember those where they dressed up like
Man,
rednecks and basically had a
yeah.
battle royal. They had like a series of battle royals, and then if you won one of them, that put you in the main one. They had like 10 of them all through they called it was during the Great American Bash,
The
and the
Bunkhouse,
winner
yeah.
won a boot full of money. It's supposed to have like $100,000 in it and stuff. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they
Mm.
did shit
But
that
now the Dusty Rhodes tournament on NXT, that's
yeah,
dedicated to that.
yeah,
The Dusty Rhodes tournament to get the Dusty Rhodes
Yeah.
boots and shit, the trophy.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
that's dedicated to. That's that
yeah,
tribute to Dusty. By Dusty had brought that over to NXT anyway.
yeah,
So the Buckhouse match when they made that trophy and those Dusty Rhodes boots is a tribute to that Buckhouse match.
yeah. The bunkhouse
But they're
stampede.
Mm.
just doing it different because they're doing it with tag teams instead of. But yeah. I remember all that. Yeah.
Good times. Good times
Good time.
indeed.
Good time. I like to go back in time. If I'm not already a time traveler, I'm not.
Hmm. Sure, you're not. Sure,
I
sure.
just
You
pause.
smoke?
You probably
You
won't. You
smoke?
probably. I was gonna say. I was gonna say you probably are now, depending on what you're smoking.
Well, I'm on a cigarette right now, but I always got medication.
Cigarette.
That's
Yes.
not medication. That's bad for you. But I got
Mm.
medication.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Glaucoma.
I can't see. Huh? Hey, I like
Mm.
this latest video. Huh? Who?
Huh? What? What?
Who?
Huh?
That was funny. I'm sorry.
But no, but this was cool. Like I said, now I want to go look at. I want to look up some of this stuff. Try and increase my wrestling knowledge.
Shot to capture entertainment. I got to shout them out, man.
You got
I'm a
you got a
Captain
sponsor.
Captain
You got
Fed.
a sponsorship now.
No, I don't have a
Yeah.
sponsorship, but shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Some
Man, you
projects
got.
in the making.
Oh, okay. Future sponsorship. Okay.
Yeah, some in the making. Yeah.
But like I said, but this was fun. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this.
Yes, I'm ready every
Yeah,
Yes,
week
indeed.
with my family right here.
feed the needy. But for today, we're gonna end this up because I'm getting hungrier now.
I'm
So you ain't
feeling
got
the
no
And this
hunger
vacation?
myself.
and this damn belly right here. So
Ah,
it's so big.
Son,
Whew.
that ain't a belly. That's a fuel tank for a love machine, son.
Well, that's what my wife says. Yes,
I'm just a
that's what she
love
says.
machine.
And it don't work for anybody but you.
That's right, Taz. Greedo, play that guitar for me one time, dog.
But I want to thank y'all for coming in. I want to thank y'all for joining us. I want to thank America's Most Wanted. I want to thank Tasman. I want to thank everybody in the chat because y'all just came in and joined us for another episode of Country Fried Wrestling. So everybody, Country Fried Wrestling. So everybody, have a good evening. Y'all have fun. And we'll see y'all later.
See you, bitches. Love you.
Love
Peace.
y'all, man. Pound out.